Okay, so this is the sequence of events. You have to do it. Go here, double click in. This now works. Okay, back here. 3. That works. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so hello everybody. I'm here with a matchup analysis video between Wolf and Zero Suit Samus. I'm going to be trying to dissect how the neutral game works between these two characters. I'm going to be looking at a set at Kings of the North 5, which happened just last week. So let's get into it, and I just wanted to see and kind of give my interpretation of how this matchup usually works out in the neutral. Okay. I'm waiting for this moment right here. Okay, so pretty much we've seen that, well, we haven't seen much yet, the game just started, but we're about to see what, in my opinion, the general neutral game works like until Zero Suit Samus can show enough sort of know-how to get through Wolf's defenses. Because I think that until a Zero Suit can prove that she can get through lasers, there is kind of no reason for a Wolf not to sort of spam lasers in the neutral and catch Zero Suit a lot. So right off the bat, we're going to see a couple lasers. This one hits, this one, like these sort of are catching the Zero Suit off guard, right? And you can kind of see that Scythe is shooting these and getting all of his confirms off of winning with that blaster in neutral. So I'm going to go back a bit so we can kind of show where that spacing happens, right? We have like a tech chase, that's fine. But once he misses this down smash, instantly like sort of backs off, gains space, and then right here is sort of the distance where Wolf doesn't have to worry about any of Zero Suit Samus' threat zones, right? So let me see what I can do here. Yeah, I'm going to try using this pen tool. It's going to mess up halfway through the video, and I'm going to just deal with it later. But we have right here like a huge amount of space. First off, Zero Suit's cornered. That's bad, right? So what's going to happen is she only really has an opportunity to cut forward, right? Maybe like a dash forward, shuffle, fair in order to clank with the blaster potentially. Or she just like runs straight down and then has to shield, right? All of these options, Wolf is way too far away for her to punish it right now. So pretty much you're allowed to do this until like the Zero Suit gets close enough to where the lasers are more risky, right? So right here, Wolf has all the control, and if you're Zero Suit in this situation, you kind of want to be thinking defense, or like how to mitigate this blaster, because this blaster's going to come, right? And let me just clear all this biz off of the screen right now. This blaster's going to come at this height. This is short hop height, right? So when you're dashing, you're actually, her head is going to hit here. She can't jump either. So it actually limits a lot of her options. So you have to either deal with it by jumping, double jumping up here, right? Or like shielding, or like potentially crawling under is like another kind of janky way to do it. But this one laser limits all of your options. And not only does it limit your options, but Wolf is throwing it at a safe distance so that it doesn't really come at any detriment to him. He has you cornered. So like, let's see what he does, right? He shoots this, and he's going to jump in. And that blaster, even though it wasn't like wavelanded like it was supposed to, it served the same purpose where it stuffs the jump in. What does Scythe do after this? Scythe goes in and then goes back out. Again, we're at that range where we can take a look here. This catches a jump. This blaster catches a dash in. And Nave kind of doesn't have the tools that he wants right now in order to get through these lasers, which is why Scythe is getting a lot of this damage, right? We'll talk about other stuff later, but right now I just want to talk about lasers, because that's like a really big deal in the neutral game, right? Standard tether punish, and we're trying to catch the landing, but didn't work. Again, let's look at this laser. Right here, this is like, again, that range that we were talking about earlier, where it's like Wolf can not, like, there's no real risk. This blaster is being shot such that it'll hit Zero Suit if she runs in. If she jumps, if she shields, then Wolf wavelands forward to kind of follow up on it. Fortunately for Scythe, he catches the dash in, which gets this confirm. There's other things that happen inside the neutral, which I'm going to start talking about soon. Let's start talking about it right now, actually, because I think that the way that Nave deals with Scythe on the platform is a little sort of headstrong, right? You gotta think. Let's just go back to this moment right here. Scythe is doing whatever on the stage. For some reason, he just doesn't like. He only took 29%, so I guess he's just kind of like doing whatever in center stage right when the invincibility comes down, so he doesn't really care. But he gets hit by this up air, right? And Zero Suit Samus at low percentages, it used to be that it was really hard to get that first couple of percent onto spacies. But now people have kind of figured out how platform tech chasing works and the rhythms of that, to where when you hit this up air with Zero Suit, you should be doing a lot of damage, right? You see Wolf lands on this platform right here, and then once he's in this situation, you can cover a lot of options on the tech chase. So he's going to land here, right? Tech in place, miss tech, or tech in, you can cover all with sort of waiting in this spot right here, getting an up air. Once you get that up air, he gets sent over here, you can get a second up air, and then you get him off stage, right? That's like how this punish works in my head, and that's like sort of the flow chart I would go. Let's say he techs out, that's an extra bit of animation. Instead of getting 2 up airs, you get 1. You hit him on this corner, he falls over here, then maybe you can get like a nair or an up air here, right? Zero Suit Samus's short hop up air can cover a lot of tech options. Even at this percent, the Wolf will still go high enough to where you can get a second aerial. Maybe this tech away, the up air, he actually DIs in a way that such that he goes here, right? So I'm going to mark the Wolf's path, tech away, then he gets hit by an up air here, then he falls here, right? So Zero Suit, what she's doing during this is she's sitting here, dash dancing, well, not dash dancing, but just sitting, waiting to read the tech option, can see the tech away, on reaction, short hop up airs here, then can go down here where she can get an up tilt, maybe a regrab, maybe like another up air or something, right? So a lot of this stuff happens after you react to the tech chase option, right? So we're going to look at what Nave does, and what he does is he does an instant nair trying to catch Wolf before he techs, which is like valid, right? If you get that nair, then you can get like, let's say, ooh, my controls are gone, so we can't use that for the rest of the video, but that's fine, whatever. We have a nair that can kind of lead into, and you can follow my cursor. The nair would send him up, you can get a falling up air, and that leads to the same situation, right? So this is like sort of a dissection of like 2 moves of a Zero Suit combo tree. But the fact is that Scythe teched fast enough to where Nave didn't get it, and the punish just ends right there. Nave chose the fast option when you could have chosen the slower option and gotten more guaranteed easier stuff. So that's something I want to pay attention to as this game goes on. This up air over here was a little ambitious, right? You see that he's shielding and is like right inside of his shield as the up air goes off, which kind of isn't anticipating the fact that, you're rising, which means that you can be punished by out of shield options. Right here it's a shine out of shield, but the Wolf could have back aired out of shield if he was facing the other way. He could have grabbed, and all this stuff is very easily punishable. Let's see if we get another situation where he puts a tech chase right here, right? You see right here, Nave is going for, it looks like it's probably going to be an up air or an air. Yeah, it's an up air, but Scythe is teched away, right? These are things that are all very reactable as Zero Suit Samus. After you get that first hit, you just wait, and then you can react afterwards and then have an easier, more controlled punish. Here, Nave kind of drops it. These are 2 situations where he could have put Scythe in edgeguard situations, and definitely out of those 2, you could have gotten a stock, right? So instead of having a stock, Scythe is now at 61%. Nave could have evened it up really easily. But here we're back to the laser game. And those are like kind of the 2 areas of improvement. There's actually 3. I want to talk about back air placement in a little bit on Zero Suit. But let's just look at how he deals with these lasers, right? This one gets caught, right? Backs away. And when you back away, you give Wolf the room to shoot more lasers. So as Zero Suit, you don't really want to be that far back in this matchup. You want to kind of be close enough to where... let me see right here. This is another tech chase situation. But I'll stop it here and talk about this after I talk about this thing right now. When Wolf is shooting blasters and your reaction is to back away, you aren't you aren't accomplishing anything in neutral, if that makes any sense. So everything that you do in neutral should be working towards a goal. Maybe your goal is to kind of clear your head and space the game out further away. But if a wolf is shooting blasters and you don't know how to get through them, once you find a way to get through them, you want to stay in, because obviously you're losing the neutral when he's farther away, right? So just just to keep in mind, when is it okay to be aggressive, when is it okay to be sort of more reactive and defensive. And I think that Nave right now, sort of the way that he's playing it, he's getting hit by a laser and he's dashing back out, but it's like he doesn't really have an answer to the lasers yet. So taking a step back out is putting yourself back in that losing position, right? Let's talk about this tech chase right here. He goes for a nair. Let's pay attention to the timing of these nairs, because the timing of a tech chase situation is very important on platform for Zero Suit Samus. Right here, if you are Zero Suit and you just landed, right, and you see that a wolf is right there, you kind of have to think and you have to hedge your bets. Can I reach that wolf before he techs, or should I wait and then react to his tech options? That's the best thing about a platform tech chase as opposed to a regular tech chase, is that you can cover more options safer, right? Let's follow my mouse and see why that is. Let's say that we have a grounded tech chase situation. You can't be right next to wolf, because you always have to be aware of the get up attack, right? So because of that, a grounded tech chase, usually you're kind of over here and you're waiting, or you're really close and you're baiting by putting up a shield, and then that's sort of up to your reaction with respect to his get up attack, and you put your shield up before his get up attack, right? But if wolf lands here and you're here, you can be directly under wolf and you can not have to deal with a get up attack. You can see that all of his tech options are limited. He can't go here and here. He can only go here, here, or roll and stay in the same spot. So right here, if I were this Zero Suit, I would just stay in this spot, right? Because a short hop nair can cover all of this stuff. He techs in, you hit them with the backswing. He techs this way, you hit him with the front swing with a full hop. All this stuff can be reacted to. But instead, Nave was all okay, I hit him earlier with this dive kick, right? Let's go back to this dive kick. He hits him with this, and he wants to get the nair as soon as possible, which he does, but it only covered that one tech option, right? After this, he does a weird up air, which he could have done a falling up air instead, right? If he chooses to do a falling up air, he continues the combo. So these are little optimizations where it's yes, he got it this time, but he wasn't accounting for the other options, There's no reason for you to cover one tech option when you can cover all of them by waiting a little bit, by being a little more patient. That was a lot of words for that one situation, but let's see how the game keeps going. And hopefully we can deal with Nave's back air placement. Okay. Because that's the last thing I want to talk about, is the way that he places his back airs are a little less. I could talk about that punish, but I'll do it later. Something like this, right, where he whiffs that up smash, and you have a lot of time to react to it, right? Right here, you can kind of see the animation happening, and he's committing to something. So Nave actually fades back out really far, and then fades in, gets a dash attack. That's good. But if you actually don't do a, I forgot the control for frame advance in this one, but it's fine. Instead of a forward jump, if you do a neutral jump here, you whiff it, and then you can fade in and cut in with the back air. It's a little bit of a, he's kind of wants to get away, so he jumps out, fades back in, and because of that fade back in, he's able to be close enough to get that dash attack, right? So that's a good idea, but with better spacing, better control of your character, you can get harder hitting moves.
Stop him right in place. Alright, he's got a clean stock lead.
I wonder when we're gonna go back into the
Right out of invincibility.
The laser game. Here it is. Okay. So that's another way that to get around the lasers, and you see that Nave's doing a lot better at it now. So that actually this is a really good spot. We have 3 different ways to clank with a laser, right? Here, use your own projectile. 1, 2, land on a platform, avoids this one. 3, double jump over it, and then overwhelm him. So those are 3 really good in a row ways to deal with projectiles. And that's something that Nave should have been doing on his first stock. That he kind of made that adaptation here. Like, there are ways to get around the blasters. Running through them and jumping, like short hopping at, like when you're really close to them isn't good. You kind of want to be further away and kind of carve over or clank them out, right? See, so this is another situation right here. Waits for the tech chase and then gets another one. That's like kind of how a zero suit punish on platforms should look against a wolf, which is nice.
Okay, so you can get the we'll just wait.
Okay, good recovery on the mix, or good mix up on the recovery. And we're back here. Right. So now, since Scythe's Scythe's lasers are less effective, he's kind of going a little closer to Nave, right? And you see that that's paying off as well. So let's say right here, he's shooting blasters, they aren't working, and then he double jumps over the down tilts. And I do think that this is like a 3-to-1, right? But I think it's because Nave just isn't getting good punishes. So okay, let's take a look at these back airs, right? Something that's really like a very typical rhythm for a zero suit to back air is you back air and it whiffs. So what you want to do, just out of like I guess instinct or just habit, is you like, let's say we back air him right here, then it misses, so we dash away and we jump. So that means that the next backer that you land can't be put closer. It has to be faded out, then faded back in. You don't gain very much space. When you're doing these back airs, make sure that you're jumping from a neutral spot so you have the option to either fade in or fade out. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about right here. So right here, we have two back airs and then we dash out immediately, right? Back air, dash out, jump back. Oh, I'm safe. I can back air again. Fade back in. Oh no, I missed. Dash in. Then jump forward. Then back out. But he gets hit by a laser this time. So a way that, like, when you're doing that, that's sort of a very half, like, it's sort of like it's not a very aggressive back air wall. You're doing it hoping to hit something, but you're not actively using your back air hitbox to scare them to the corner, right? You're giving them the space. Your back air lands here, then he has a lot of time to react, then your back air lands here again. A way that this could have changed, right, is instead of doing this back air, where he dashes, right, he wave dash forward, dashes, back airs here, really far away, right? Instead he could jump forward, notice that there's this amount of space between them, and then just back air, right? Instead of landing here a little bit later, he lands here now. This will force Wolf up here, maybe push him to the corner. After he does that, that one whiffs. You do a neutral jump and you back air again. So instead of like doing this weird oval of back airs, you do like a jagged cut in, cut in, cut in, right? Until you notice that he's being a little more aggressive, then you back out, maybe do some other approach, right? But know when the difference is between doing one that's like sort of trying to catch an approach. These backers are trying to catch an approach. If he dashes in, he'll get hit by it. Whereas another back air, like a neutral standing back air, will deny space, right? And you can kind of jigsaw your way to the corner. Which, like, Scythe kind of would fall prey to that. He isn't being very aggressive right here. Those lasers are actually just, like, good at taking space without very much commitment. But if you were really close into his face, he wouldn't really want to shoot those lasers, right? And because of that, he takes a lot of damage here, and he loses his stage control, right? Again, let's see how these back airs work. Again, like, you see how he's jumping, and this is actually like a really common zero suit thing, where it's like you are scared. You're always scared of zero suit test. So like you jump away before you back air, right? You jump away before you back air. You jump away before you back air. But it's if you actually hold your ground, then you can use it like kind of like this, right? And this is like an added shield option, and you can fade in to take more space. And because of this, right, he's jumping away too much, so his backers are a little slower. Is this good? And let's see how Scythe finishes this up, how Nave loses a neutral. Okay, right here, another just little optimization of the punish. You jab to cover the miss tech, right? Because if you up throw, wave dash, or after this up tilt, you wave dash forward jab, it covers miss tech, and you can put your shield back up before, or you can put your shield back up in order to avoid the tech in place shine, right? That's just option coverage. Okay.
Just wait. Good there.
I wonder if anything interesting is going to happen before the end of this game. Again, this was pretty good, but a little change that I would do is he does a rising up air, you see? Whereas if you actually did like your standard short hop fast fall up air, then he would have been able to follow up on this. Because he does, he isn't able to, let me see this again. Yeah, he isn't able to kind of drift in the way he wants in order to follow up. Again, with these back airs, that one caught an approach, so that one was appropriate for that time. But no, the sort of different rhythms that you have the possibility to use. Okay, he's like camping the platforms a little bit, not really sure how to approach. Okay. Okay, that up tilt was really good, actually. It caught his down air. Nice. Ooh, back hit. Okay, okay. Back hit is so cool. Let's see. We're back into the laser game. Instead of jumping over, he is like, you see how he isn't comfortable in and out of his shield, right? Like, okay. so this is just good general Smash 101. Is that a shield drop? Like, I think the shield drop animation is like something like 15 to 20 frames, which is the animation that you do like right here. You're shielding, then you drop shield. You can't move while you're dropping shield. So if you want to deal with projectiles like very generically, what you want to do is you want to learn your wave dash out of shield timing, because wave dash out of shield is also about like for Zero Suit, wave dash out of shield is like 15 frames of animation, and that gives you the flexibility that a shield, like just dropping your shield, does. So like you see right here, he actually drops shield 3 times, and because of that, he doesn't take any space. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. He was about to do it again, but right here you can actually mix in wave dashing out of shield forward, backwards, and then not have to deal with like this inevitable, oh, like I'm caught with my pants down, he can just grab me because I wasn't able to move this entire time, you know? That's another way to get through it that he isn't necessarily good at. He was way better at using verticality to get around the heights, but you definitely can. Is that it? Almost. Yeah, that's it. He went for it. You can do an up air here in order to get him off. But he did a forward air, so he dies. But yeah, so that's like kind of 3 big things that I saw in the matchup, right? So just lasers, how to deal with them, tech chase situations, how to optimize your platform tech chase game to get bigger punishes, and then back air placement, knowing the different types of back air. When a Zero Suit is spamming back air, like there are a lot of different ways that it can go. So hopefully that is a good sort of starter guide as to how to approach this matchup. There are other things I could have talked about, obviously, and different layers of the counterplay, but for right now, I think that's a good start. So